Hi guys, welcome to another video tutorial with Build with Mr. Lee. In today's tutorial, we are going to be looking at how to carry out CRUD operation on our Tushy blog. So CRUD stands for create, retrieve, update, and delete. And there are various methods which we are going to be using, route methods to be precise, for creating, updating, and deleting. There are methods like the post, the get, the update, yes, the patch, and the delete methods. So we're going to be learning all that. So before, let's look at the template and let's see how the blog, how the ad blog, what the ad blog looks like. So in the blogs, we have title, category, content, tags, image, and all that. So one thing we are going to be doing now is, before we can actually create a blog, we need to have categories for our blog. So first of all, we are going to be creating our blog categories. So if I click on blog categories on the template, I'm going to be seeing a blog categories page. I'm going to be adding this page first of all to my categories, to my Laravel project. And also, if I click on add categories, I put the name of the category and put a select the status. Then once I click on add categories, this should be adding to our database. So let's do that in some minutes. So first of all, I go to my this and I'll add the page of the blog. I'll pause this video, add the page, then I'll return. So to add our categories page, we go to our project, and we go to the web.php. We'll create a controller for this to handle this, because the category page also has create, update, and delete. So we are going to be creating a specific controller to handle this. And this time I'm going to be using a plugin or an extension, a VS Code extension called um, Laravel extension pack. So with Laravel extension pack, I can use a shortcut to create a controller by just inputting some entering some prompts. So to use that shortcut, I click on Ctrl Shift P, and you'll see something like Artisan Make Controller. So I'll click on Make Controller. So they will first of all ask me of the controller name. So for us to create this controller, we're creating it inside a folder called admin, and we'll give it a name of category controller. And don't forget it's totally type. That means each of the um letters, words actually have start with a capital letter. So it's going to be a basic controller at the moment. And with those prompts, my category controller has been created. I'm going to go to my web.php and I'm going to use a get route here. I'm going to use a get route and we'll call it categories. I'm going to call this admin categories. Then this is the first index page. Let me confirm it has been imported. So I'm going to import this particular design by pressing Ctrl Shift P. And the automatic import is as a result of an extension also called PHP IntelliFence. So you have that if you have that extension, you can come to the beginning of the colon and you press Ctrl Shift P. You see a selection for you to select the particular controller you want. Then inside of this, I'm going to create a public function that's going to return admin.categories, admin.categories page. So I'm going to go to my resources view. I'm going to create the categories page. So I create a page called categories.blade.php. So that being said, I'm going to use the layout. So I extend app layout components, then I'm going to put my content. So let's get the content. So I go to my blog categories, I drag my blog categories to my VS Code, example Apple categories of Blade. So I go to category this and I drop it here. And I'm looking for page content. So I search page content. So this is what I need. So I pick it, start of content, and I go back to my categories of blade and I paste it inside. And all things being equal, this should actually then okay. Before we do that, we go to our app.blade.php and we are going to go to layout and we are going to look out for blocks category, and in blocks category I'll change the route to admin.categories. So I go back to this page, I refresh, all things being equal. If I click on this block categories, my page should show. So of course my page is actually showing. So if we click on the add category, it's not coming out. Let's confirm that this particular modal inside the categories page in the template, let's bring it to the categories page inside our Laravel project. So we'll go back to the block categories. We look out for the modal. Yeah, see the modal. There's a modal for edit categories. There's a modal for add categories. We are going to copy these two modals. So we copy these two modals. We go to categories.play.php, and inside this, at the end of the content, you can paste these modals. And let's confirm, refresh your page and see if it is working. So the modals are active. So I think one of the issue with this is this select tag. The select tag is not actually working, and the essence of this select tag not showing properly is because, like, the way it is inside here is because of there is a particular JavaScript and CSS file that has not been included. And having done my search, I saw that the file is select2. So there is a CSS file called select2.css, which I'll copy to my app page, the CSS of my app page. So I'll paste it inside here, select2.css, and instead of asset, I will just call it admin assets. So also there's a JavaScript for select2. So I'll copy that also. So this is JavaScript here. Select2 is actually a plugin. So we go to the app.cs.blade and I'll paste it inside of my app.blade, and I will do a proper linking by changing the assets to admin assets. And all things being equal, I also remove this f for fc here and leave it to be just text forward slash javascript. So if I do this and my select tag is working now, so we're going to be changing this select. Instead of select, we are going to be just leaving in as a page, a name, a text name. So we'll change this from a select tag to input tag with the name text form control. We'll call the class form control, and we'll give it the name of name, or call it category underscore name. So that being said, we are not adding any date field because our Laravel by default has timestamps. So we use the timestamps. We're actually going to be picking status. Our status is going to have a name called status, and it's going to be either active or inactive. So by default, this is selected, and we're going to give it a value here called active, and we are going to give this a value called inactive. So on our save changes, we click on cancel, then the action. So right now we're going to be creating a action for our form, like a route that will handle our form action. So we'll go back to our web.blade.php. We're going to create a post route. Like I said, it's a CRUD function. So for us to add to database, we use a post route to add. So we call it categories and we call store, and we call admin.categories.store. Yeah, this is actually good. So we use this. So we go over to our categories.blade.php, and we are going to change this from this. We are going to call it a route, small letters, and we're going to put the name of the categories, and it's going to be a post method, and we are going to actually use the cross-site request forgery to prevent any forgery, to prevent any malicious attack to our website. Then we're going to do for each to also get a validation error. So we use B for each, and we call for each errors all as errors, this error. Then we alert danger. Okay, so that will be it for this video, guys. I don't want this video to be long, so I will do a part 2 of this video to complete the uploading of um categories to our database. So do well to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified each time I do a new video, and write on the comment section if you have a question. Do well to comment. See you in my next video.